What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD, and today we're going to be talking about Arcade 1-Up. That's right, Arcade 1-Up is back in the crosshairs, and this time it is serious business. Now, the gentleman on your screen is none other than Scott Bacharach, the founder and CEO of Arcade 1-Up. Actually, I'm lying. He's not the founder and CEO of Arcade 1-Up. Scott Bacharach is the founder and ex-CEO. That's right. Scott has been removed from his position as CEO. But you guys haven't heard about this yet, have you? This is news to just about all of you. Well, let me explain why. Now, while Biggie D does give the basic outline as what this article is about, it's a November 19th, 2020 article. As you can see, Intrepid advises Disruptive Products, the creator of Arcade 1-Up, on its investment from Center Partner Management. Now, I'll just move out the way so you could read along with me. This is by Intrepid staff. Intrepid announced today that it acted as the exclusive financial advisor to Disruptive Products, Inc., Disruptive Products, in connection with its growth investment from Center Partners Management LLC, Center Partners. Disruptive, through its wholly owned subsidiary, Tastemakers LLC, is the creator of Arcade 1-Up, the widely popular line of retro arcade games, including such titles as Pac-Man, Galaga, Street Fighter, Golden Tee, and NBA Jam. Based in New York, with additional offices in San Francisco, California, and Hong Kong, Disruptive Products has become the leading developer and distributor of this genre of gaming device. The company's principals have more than 35 years of experience creating top licensed consumer products, and in 2018 launched its flagship product, Arcade 1-Up, offering a full line of products covering coveted retro gaming content with classic arcade format to create a nostalgic in-home experience for consumers at affordable price points. Arcade 1-Up is the only truly affordable at-home arcade experience containing officially licensed original content in the market. Wow, they are really bigging up Arcade 1-Up. I am very excited about the next chapter of this for Disruptive Products and our new partnership with the team at Center Partners, said Scott Bacharach, CEO at the time, but former CEO now. We're getting to it, trust me, and founder of Disruptive Products. Intrepid did a terrific job preparing and guiding the management team through the process. They really understood our team's goals, were responsive to our needs, and helped us identify the right partner to support our continued growth. With macro tailwinds fanning growth trends in retro gaming, Disruptive Products category leading affordable products are well positioned to ride the demand wave for nostalgic in-home experiences. The company has several new products in development that will only further cement its position as a leading innovator in the industry. I have known Scott and his team for almost 3 decades, and I have a front row seat for many of their creative developments. However, over the past 3 years, it has been very exciting to watch Arcade 1-Up's extraordinary growth through constant product innovation and deep commitment to traditional retail and online channels, said Mike Rosenberg, Senior Managing Director at Intrepid. Congratulations to the management team at Disruptive Products. We look forward to seeing what they can accomplish with their new collaboration with Center Partners. Sounds fantastic. Like I said, this is from November 19th, 2020. However, things did not stay rosy for long. You see, like Biggie D says in his video, they had 3 years to pay up. But something happened about a year later. Now, this is from November 12th, 2021. This is from the S&P Global Market Intelligence site. It says Tastemaker nets senior debt backing recapitalization. Tastemaker LLC received a senior secured credit facility backing a recapitalization of the company. Mid-Cap Financial was administrative agent and sole arranger, market sources said. In October 2020, the company received debt financing backing and investment by Center Partners. Tastemakers were formerly known as Disruptive Products. The company develops and markets retro arcade games and other specialty gaming products. Now you're probably wondering, what does this mean, Tony? What's going on? What this means is Tastemakers was in financial straits, and Mid-Cap Financial came to their rescue. However, it didn't come free, obviously. Mid-Cap is not just handing out money to people willy-nilly, no. Came with some strings, and those strings are being pulled. You see, while everybody was celebrating John D leaving, John D being let go, forced out of the company, what have you, everybody missed the fact that it was not just John D. John D was only the most visible person, right? We seen John D because he's out front and center. He was put out in front of everybody, and we could see what he was doing, what he was saying, and then he disappeared. So it was very noticeable. But what we didn't notice was all the other executives also being silenced, also being pushed to the side. You see, after watching Biggie D's video, finding the article on the S&P website, I did my own research. I reached out to some people. I reached out to people that I know that work with Arcade One Up through licensing and other things. You know, being a games journalist for so long, you get some contacts. You get people who are out there and they know what's going on. Now, it might come as a shock to you guys, but Arcade One Up is contractually obligated to tell their partners if there's a change in ownership or management, right? You know, all the people that they're working with, they got to let them know if the bosses are being outed and new bosses are being put in their place. And lucky for us, that's the case. And that's how I was able to find out that, yes, Scott Backrack has been removed from the CEO position. As I said, I reached out to some people who work with Arcade One Up through licensing, through other things. And a lot of those people heard things from other people. And what they heard was that the management over at Arcade One Up is getting a total shakeup. Scott Backrack removed as CEO. Mid-cap financial in charge. They're the ones calling the shots now. Now, there's no way of knowing exactly what Scott's position is now or what it is that he has as far as influence over the board. All we do know at the moment is he was removed from his CEO position. All the other upper management were also pushed to the side. There's a reason now. There's a reason why people like John D, like Scott, still have Arcade One Up listed as their job. Part of keeping them silent, part of doing this, behind closed doors so nobody knows what's going on exactly until it's all settled, is to not quite remove them, right? You see, you push them out of their position. You basically keep them on staff. You keep them on board, but you remove them from all their obligations, right? Sorry, we don't need you, John, to go out there and do any licensing work. You just go sit in the corner somewhere. We'll put someone else out, and he's the new licensing guy. And because you're still technically under our watchful eye, you can't go out there and give interviews. You can't go out there and spill the beans, right? Right, Scott? You just sit over there, Scott. Enjoy what we're doing and just relax. It'll all be taken care of. We saw this same situation go down with the Amico where Tommy Tallarico was removed as CEO, but nothing was said. You know, it was acting as if he was still CEO for months and months, even though behind the scenes he had been removed. Behind the scenes, all his power was stripped away from him. But like I said, due to contractual obligations, due to the way the management is being run, he was not allowed to say anything, and no one was allowed to say anything. Basically, we had to find out the same way we found out in this situation, by talking to people who talk to people who know some things, who talk to me. Now, I did reach out to Tastemakers themselves via the website, via PR links that I have, via media links that I have. As of this recording, I have not heard back from them. I did tell them, I did say, hey, if I don't hear back from you by Monday afternoon, if I haven't heard back from you, I will consider this a no comment from you, from your staff, from your team. I also did a follow-up today on Monday here. I did a follow-up prior to this, about 4 hours ago. I sent another email saying, hey, just a reminder, just doing a follow-up. Can you tell me anything about Scott, the CEO position, what's going on? Here's what I heard. Here's the rumors going around. And once again, if I do not hear back from you before recording this video, I will consider that a no comment. Now, you're probably asking, why would you do that? Why would you say those things? Well, a lot of times when you send out emails to companies, when there's a situation like this, they'll pretend that they didn't see your email, right? They'll pretend like they didn't see it. So then later on, they can say, well, we didn't lie. We didn't say anything, right? Because we didn't see it. Well, if you tell them, hey, if you don't reply, then I'm going to consider this a no comment, that kind of forces their hand. They kind of know, hey, we need to either say something or they're going to take it as no comment. And a no comment in this situation, where basically I'm asking, hey, the CEO has been removed from his position according to rumors out there, according to people that are talking. Can you clarify this? And them saying no comment is pretty much an admission that that is true. It's pretty much an admission, right? Because if any other company said, hey, I heard the CEO was fired, they would say, no, that's not true. There's a CEO. He's still a CEO, right? But you can't say that. They can't say that if it's not true. And so no comment is about the only admission you'll ever get in a situation like this. And so we pretty much 99% guarantee Scott has been removed as CEO from Arcade1Up, Tastemakers, however you want to call it. Now you're probably wondering, well, how did Arcade1Up get themselves in this situation, right? I mean, the company looks like it's doing fine. It looks like it's doing gangbusters in a lot of ways. Well, sometimes looks can be deceiving. First off, right out the gate, you got to understand that this is not exactly an ongoing type of business, right? This is a one and done. You shoot your load, you put out your product, and then that's it. You don't go back for seconds. This isn't something where they continuously going to put out the same product over and over and over again because of licensing, because of production cost, right? You're going to go out there, you're going to put out, say, a Simpsons cab and try to sell as many as you can within your licensing period and then move on to the next, right? It makes no sense to keep licensing these cabs, licensing these games over and over and over again if you're not selling them well and if you're not going to meet the demand, right? Or if there's not even a demand. Now, say what you will about the product, say what you will about what was delivered versus what was promised. They did get a lot of licenses, but the fact of the matter is the demand just was not there. And that really, really killed their finances. Through my sources, I can tell you that the NFL Blitz, the Simpsons, the Ridge Racer, the T2, and the Killer Instinct cabs all had high development costs, high licensing fees, and they underperformed in sales. Now, I was able to do some digging. I was able to get some people to kind of spill the beans on exactly what the licensing setup was. It wasn't easy, and now every licensing agreement is probably going to be a little bit different. You know, it's not exactly a standard one thing across the board as far as Arcade1Up is concerned, right? You know, Atari's probably not getting the exact same deal as your Midway, right? But essentially, all the contracts are going to pay a minimum guarantee. So that's a set amount that they're going to pay the licensor over the term of the contract, right? You get that minimum guarantee. Now, this is your upfront money. This is what is paid right off the bat, pretty much. And then as Arcade1Up sells, you recoup this up until you hit that amount. So if Arcade gave them a $1 million minimum guarantee, they sell their cabs. Once they hit $1 million in profits, then they start paying the royalty fees to the licensor. Up until then, it's just kind of added up and considered part of the upfront minimum guarantee. And that royalty is going to be a percentage, and like I said, the percentages are probably going to be different depending on who it is, what the company is, what the demand is, right? Same thing with your minimum guarantee. It's going to be different depending on what the product is. More in demand products probably going to have a higher minimum guarantee. Product that they don't think is going to sell well or has a really old license or a license that isn't really a hot commodity, probably going to be a lot lower. So with that said, things like Killer Instinct, things like The Simpsons, NFL Blitz, those are hot commodities, big licenses. It's going to cost a lot of money. And if you don't sell well, the company's not going to do well, right? So with that in mind, that's why we're getting a lot of rehashes. That's why we're getting a lot of cheap cabs that they know they could probably sell. Now, we can argue until the cows come home as to why they didn't sell. You know, they didn't meet the quality that customers demanded. They didn't meet the expectations. You know, the NFL Blitz had its controversies, no late hits, bad online play. But at the end of the day, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is the sales, and they didn't hit them, right? They didn't hit those sales goals, and that's going to affect your bottom line. And that's why Arcade1Up finds itself in the situation it does now. Mid-Cap Financial calling the shots. They're running the show over there at Tastemakers at Arcade1Up. Will you get a email or some sort of formal announcement? Maybe not soon. Maybe not soon. Probably not until October when all the bills come due, right? Possibly sometime after this video comes out, because companies do have a habit of having to respond when the news gets broken by someone that's not them, right? They got to go into damage control. So we'll see. if this video gets a little traction, if this makes a little noise, if people pick this up, then probably you're going to get something coming out from Tastemakers in the next couple of weeks. If not, October is when you're looking to hear the formal official announcement of all the things I just told you. But until next time, as always, love, peace, booty grease. I'm out this bitch.